And for today's deranged and entirely psychotic lolcow, we have somebody that goes by the name of vAqeii, or vAqeii. I'm not entirely sure how to pronounce that really autistic and retarded bullshit, so for the remainder of this video, I'm just gonna say Vicky. And so who is Vicky, you might be asking? Well, Vicky is a YouTuber with 12,000 subscribers on the lovely YouTubes.com, where he proceeds to talk about, some video game that kids play. But on top of that, he talks about other things, like kids being taken advantage of and other shit like that on these games. And regardless as to whether or not you think such content is important to you, it doesn't really matter, because at the end of the day, you would think somebody like this Vicky would see things like, I don't know, my Toastify video that I released actually not that long ago, and think, fuck, it is kind of weird that this person didn't talk about the fact that his friend on the internet groomed a kid and just kept it quiet for an extended period of time for the sake of content.
Because from the beginning, this was always meant to be published. And
notice he doesn't say that in the document, by the way.
Yeah. Not only until after you and Lyle talk about it.
If it was always meant to be published, then he's kind of supporting my point that he was using this as ammunition against Doc in the future. Like, he wanted the exclusivity of the content. Like, he's essentially just admitting it. And you would think that would be something that Vicky would have issue with, right? Wrong. Actually, what happened is that Vicky watched the video, was completely upset by the video, probably because Toastify has like 100,000 subscribers, and then decided to come into my Discord server, where he proceeded to troll.
What about my stream would you like to talk about?
Okay, I wanted to talk about your stream, about how it would be really mean to Toastify.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think that was really nice.
Really? And how was that mean to him?
Well, you were mean to him because...
How? How was that mean to him?
You were mean. You were mean.
You didn't think that. You actually didn't think this through, did you?
You were so mean to Toastify. You said mean stuff to him about...
What did I say? What was the worst, meanest thing I said about it?
I think we should rewatch your stream together.
Yeah, that was very funny. 10 out of 10. However, before we go into that, I need to point out the fact that Vicky recently admitted to being associated with a group that goes by UTTP. The UTTP stands for YouTube Troll Police. Apparently the U is supposed to be a phonetic for the word you. I think it's a little dumb and a little weird. And that being dumb and weird actually makes perfect fucking sense. And the reason it makes sense is because the majority of the members of UTTP are children.
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
So what exactly is so bad about this YouTube Troll Police group exactly? Well, aside from it being filled with primarily children, there's a lot of things actually wrong with this group, such as doxing. They like to do that. Another thing they enjoy doing is swatting people. That's pretty crazy. Also, there's this video from a member of theirs.
There it is. You do not order pizza. Stop, we do not. I'm not walking up there again. I think I saw a camera. Doorbell camera. He's asked if I want to speak. Loki, walk back to me. I'm walking back, dang.
Something I forgot to mention here that's a bit of an important detail is that the house in question that you just saw a clip of two boys stalking, yeah, that was the house of a girl that they were mad at for basically no reason, but the why of it and the how we'll be bringing up a little bit later in the video. This again is a group that Vicky is associated with. If you don't believe me, here's Vicky admitting it.
I'm just confused about a couple things. So did you know that these guys were UTTP and stayed friends with them?
Do I know that these people were UTTP? I don't think it matters anymore, Ace. It doesn't matter anymore. I'm finished. It's done, though.
I'm asking you, like...
You're gonna send this to Lyle, and then he'll tie up the bones. Beautiful little video. So... yes, I did know about 2 to 3 people in UTTP. I was aware.
So yeah, knowing that those are the actions of this group, and knowing of course that there are children in this group, you can kind of understand why that's a bit of a problem. And this again is a group that Vicky is associated with. For more information on the UTTP, I will be linking a video down below in the description that you can click on and watch, and it'll info dump to you all the information related to the UTTP and their past and present activities. However, However, before we go too deeply into that and the mildly related more recent stuff, we should first discuss the history that vAqeii has had on the internet as, you know, a deeply disturbed European person. Not unlike most European people, but I digress. And you see, not unlike many of the other lolcows that I discuss on this channel, one of the things that he has in common with many of them is he claims that he was groomed on the internet. And although he has mentioned that in many contexts and many places online, one place that is very important for you to understand that he did mention it was to a YouTuber that goes by DeWiesel. In that conversation, DeWiesel found himself feeling very skeptical of some of the claims and decided that he would look into it himself by contacting the alleged groomer in question. The results were a little interesting. However, before we get into the specificities of that DM conversation, it's important to note here that 4 days after DeWiesel contacted the alleged groomer, magically, fucking vAqeii found out about it and contacted him over it. By the way, apologies right up front for any popping noises you hear. Gallagher sucks.
Why are you talking to my groomer?
Why are you still in contact with someone you claimed groom you? What the fuck, bro? You really are mentally fucked. And secondly, I didn't even know that.
This person forced themselves onto me when I was younger. I'm already mad one of my close friends still talk to them. But you? You're a freak. Why are you talking to him about me?
So you still keep in contact with them? Lafmao, kill yourself.
Weird. Now, the explanation for this is that vAqeii has a spy in association with the alleged groomer.
Then you try to gaslight me, Lamau? I don't talk to this person. I got them from someone who still does. You're disgusting.
However, it also seems equally likely that the groomer actually doesn't exist and is actually vAqeii. In either case, pretty fucking weird. However, for the sake of good faith, let's assume that it isn't actually vAqeii lying about being groomed and that the account that was made was vAqeii all along. Let's assume that's not the case. And let's assume that vAqeii does in fact have a spy in direct association with the groomer. Why? Why would you do that? That doesn't make any fucking sense. It's weird and unhinged. And while we're on the topic of weird and unhinged in relation to this entire thing, we should also talk about the claim that vAqeii killed cats and shot somebody at his school. Okay, just real quick, I don't know why I said shot. The guy is from Europe. It's very unlikely he has any guns at all. And besides, that has nothing to do with the claim. The claim is that when he murdered the person, he did so by pushing them down the staircase. Yeah, so that's a pretty important correction there. Anyway, I'm gonna play the clip now, so enjoy.
I killed an animal and then I sent the video to Sloopy.
You killed an animal and then sent the... What the fuck, dude? What kind of animal did you even fucking kill, dude?
There was a cat in my neighborhood.
What the fuck, dude?
I've done worse.
What is the worst thing you've done?
Remember that document that came out on me?
Okay.
Remember that document? Do you remember?
The one where allegedly you killed somebody?
I pushed her down the stairs. I did in fact do that.
I mean, you pushed some... Was there any underlying reason to why you pushed them down the stairs? Like, did y'all have an argument or a fight?
There wasn't any justification. There really wasn't. There really wasn't.
You just randomly decided to push them down the stairs?
I think I remember she was in my seat that I usually had. This girl would sometimes tease me. It wasn't anything serious, right? And one day I just decided... One day I just did it.
So they were teasing you. Are you sure they weren't just bullying you and you got fed up and pushed them down the stairs? Like, you were like, fuck you, I'm tired of this shit?
No, it wasn't bullying. It was just playful teasing. I think she probably even liked me. I'm sick.
Okay, are they
Not
okay?
well.
Were they okay afterwards?
I'm pretty sure she is dead now, but...
Were you the cause of that?
Yes, I was.
How were you Did they die when you pushed them down the stairs, dude?
It was outside, so you know how there's like, I think it's like a car park. I remember it was like something like a car park, right? And you know how they have like stairs from like up there? Like it's like, you know how they have like stairs separating like a beach, like the crosswalk, right? You know what I'm talking about? They're usually like a lot of stairs, like a bunch of stairs. It's very high up. She fell and was told that she was put in a coma, but I don't think she ever woke up, so...
How did you face any legal repercussions for that?
Well, I wasn't really caught with, so...
The point I'm trying to get across here is this was the entry point to the conversation that DeWiesel was having with the alleged groomer.
Hey, sorry for the bother, fam, but I wanted to ask about the whole ZV thing, because they told me some things that were concerning.
What?
About killing someone at their school, along with killing a cat and other wild stuff. They said they were just kidding, so I'd have...
It's true.
And so with all of that out of the way, I will of course leave it up to you to decide for yourself whether or not the alleged groomer in question is actually a real person or really just vAqeii. However, what I should point out is vAqeii lying through his fucking teeth and going out of his fucking way to exhibit psychotic behavior is not exactly something that is unusual for vAqeii, as exhibited here. Why did he do that, you might be asking?
I tried everything to calm down. I can't even play Splatoon anymore as my Joy-Con is broken. What makes it worse is that she blocked me. I have been a fan for over 3 years, and I know my love and support means something. Please unblock me, Kaylin Coy.
Yes. He did, in fact, send her photographs of his laptop after he cut her name into the top of it. Very stable behavior, I must say. Like, this guy actually had a psychotic fucking crash out because he couldn't get his dick wet. Unfortunately, like most things, it only gets worse. vAqeii also was just outright obsessed with her, making multiple fucking videos going after her. It was fucking insane. Even to the point of sending the aforementioned YouTube troll police after her.
They come after me too. They originally, you know how this happened? They came after me in Beast server. They came after me in Beast server. I was like, you got the wrong person. I was like, you got the wrong person. Go after Caitlin Coy. You're not going to get anything from me. You're not going to get any entertainment value from me, right? You've tried several times. You're not going to get anything from me. You're not going to get entertainment. Nothing, right? If you want real entertainment, go to Caitlin Coy. She's a lolcow. And they're like, oh, damn, for real? I was like, yeah. And then they went after her.
And so now that we got all of that out of the way, let's tie it all the way back to more recent events. vAqeii, whenever vAqeii came into my server, he didn't just come into my server and try trolling. This motherfucker paid me $20 to be not only in my server, but my patron-only server. A server that you can, of course, join if you go to the link down below and subscribe to my Patreon. But I digress. This motherfucker went out of his way, monetarily supporting me as an attempt to troll me, which makes no sense. And while we're on the subject of him failing entirely to troll me, this guy added me on Discord and has ever since been crying, bitching, and moaning that I won't fucking remove him off of my fucking friends list on Discord, as if he can't just do it himself.
Hey, I think you forgot to remove me. 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 Okay, I think there's enough of that fucking shit. Fucking hell.
Then he goes into Beckett's fucking stream and then cries the fucking blues into absurdity and then expects what? That I wouldn't fucking harass him in the chat? Yeah, that's seriously what he thought, I guess. I guess he didn't think that I would be a dick.
You're notorious for running from debates. Everyone knows Aiden would never debate you.
What debate? What?
Gilded Pooh, you ran from our debate. I know you're lying.
Hey vAqeii, you're a freak that hangs out with UTTP children. We never had a debate set up. You're stupid.
Why are you gaslighting now? We're in public. What's going on?
Hey, buddy.
Thanks for backing down. Appreciate it.
Hey vAqeii, I'ma give your groomer a time machine so they can go and groom you at 7.
He's a hashtag cyberbully.
The only correct thing you've said all stream.
Why do you condone child rape? Uncool?
I don't. I just think you should have been raped more. That way you would be more likely to have Kurt Cobained yourself. opposed to being a tard in this chat.
Less than 24 hours later, what happened? Well, what happened is Lio Convoy received a mysterious call by somebody obviously using a Google Voice account where they proceeded to then, threaten to swat me.
Lio Convoy, I'm gonna swat Gilded poo and I'm gonna say that he killed his kids. And I'm gonna do it in Thomas Guerrero's name. And you're gonna see what happens. I am gonna record it.
Yeah, I think that's a bit of a wild and insane overreaction to me merely bullying their sacred cow, vAqeii, in a stream chat. However, that is not the only thing to have occurred within those 24 hours after that stream, because during that period, my server was getting raided by these fucking YouTube troll police people, and those same people, by the way, added my YouTube handle in a YouTube video that had UTTP spammed all over the fucking video.
No G, go by in a black top TT. With a man, but you that's easy. Seeing stars and they still wanna jack me, say.
You remember that video I showed you earlier of those retards that went to a girl's house? Well, that girl was Caitlin Coy. Remember how they tried to disguise their voices? Well, here's the video with the voices undisguised because I'm not a 15-year-old fucking retard.
There it is. We did not order pizza. Stop. We do not. I'm not walking up there, gang. I think I saw a camera.
Doorbell camera. He's asked us not to ski. Loki, walk back to me.
I'm walking back, gang.
Is it just some magical coincidence that the same UTTP account that tagged me in a video is the same account that went to Caitlin Coy's house? Just a wild coincidence that everybody that vAqeii happens to be in drama with happens to get targeted by the same group. Before I end the video, I'd like to give a special thanks to Gallagher and Yen for doing voice work for this video. On top of that, I'd like to give a thanks to DeWiesel and Ace Space, or Ace Howler, whatever the fuck he goes by now, for doing a lot of the legwork in the background. And last, but certainly not least, I'd like to thank all of my patrons for, supplying the booze I need to make these fucking videos. And of course, if you like this video and want to see more videos like it, you can like, subscribe, and all that other gay shit. And if you really, really like these videos, you can join my Patreon. And with all of that said, thanks for watching, and go fuck yourself.